All right, Mario.
All right, and we're live. Welcome everybody to the David Worley after party. Hope you guys enjoyed the conversation we had earlier. So far with us, we've got Mr. Duke Bonanza, Evans Murphy, Evans Murphy, otherwise known as Faithless Southerner, and we've got Frustrated Atheist, and of course David and myself. We're just kind of talking about water heaters and poor Evans, which part of the reason why he's wearing the man bun here is because he had to work on his water heater and whatnot because that shit the bed on him.
Yes, and apparently Samurai Evans does not own a hat.
No, actually, I don't. So
no bandanas either. You could be cool like me, wearing bandanas.
I've got bandanas, but I feel like I'm encroaching on some sort of sacred territory if I wear a bandana around. Like it'd be the same. It's like you or Dallas Wade. Like I'm not meant to. I don't have the right persona for the bandana. So I almost got my hard hat because that's what I wear like 90% of the time. But I figured y'all didn't want to see. Oh my god,
I would have peed myself, man, if you had worn the hard hat.
I'll
Safety first, kids.
Yeah,
Bob the Builder.
Yeah, I'll join with it on one day.
Can he build it? Yeah.
Better yet, YMCA.
Yeah. Oh, good lord.
Evans the Village people.
That's enough out of you, Frustrated. That's enough. I had to put up with that fucking song when one of my babysitters back in the day, when that was a very popular tune, along with Macho Man.
It's fun to be
she used to play that.
Macho.
Yeah, she used to play that shit. I was in my bedroom cranking like Black Sabbath or something. Her shit. So usually Sabbath or Zeppelin. I'm getting choppy.
Yeah, fun fact, when I was little, like very little, my mother couldn't get me to sleep unless she put Blizzard of Oz by Ozzy Osbourne on.
Wouldn't let you?
No, I wouldn't go to sleep. Like, I wouldn't go to sleep, but she would take Blizzard of Oz, put it on, it would crank up with I Don't Know, and I would go straight to sleep.
Oh, wow.
It's weird how kids do that. One of my daughters did. Gosh, I'm trying to remember the song now. Oh, it's that stupid Fox song by Yelvis. What does the fox say?
Ding, ding, ding,
What
ding,
does
ding,
the
ding,
fox
ding,
say?
ding.
And like for whatever reason, my oldest daughter really, really liked that song. Like she'd be crying and carrying on and everything else. She turned on What the Fox Is, and she's like, she just mellowed out, goes to sleep.
My wife
Kids are weird.
My wife absolutely hates that song. So every now and then, whenever me and her son are together, we'll mess with her, and I'll nowhere be like, "Hey, Jason, I got a question for you." And he's like, "What's up?" I said, "What does the fox say?" And then he'll just go off with one of the random noises from the song, and she's like, "I'm going to kill both of you."
I got kicked out of Vacation Bible School when I was 6 years old for having the older kids write Ozzy on my knuckles.
What?
I got a whooping for that too. My dad gave me a whooping for that. But yeah, I was hanging out. There were some older teenager kids around, and I was like, I talked them into writing Ozzy on my knuckles, like Ozzy's tattoo. And the independent Baptists that I grew up with didn't take to that too kindly. They didn't think that was very funny.
That music is the devil.
So I was asked to leave.
What did I tell you about Ozzy, Bobby Boucher? Ozzy's the devil.
Yeah. Yeah, was it? Benjamin Franklin did not invent electricity. I invented electricity. Benjamin Franklin is the devil. My mama says alligators are so angry because they got so many teeth.
And no toothbrush.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
Alligators are so ornery because they got all them teeth, but no toothbrush.
Yeah. You're wrong, Colonel Sanders.
One of my favorite parts is when he sits there and says that Abdullah Oblongata. He's like, but Mama says, the Abdullah Oblongata. And he's like, oh, okay.
the hell movie are you talking about?
Waterboy.
Waterboy. What the world, Neil?
I'm the
Oh, my God.
water boy.
I thought we were friends, buddy.
I got a wooden spoon. Durr.
I've only seen bits and pieces of Waterboy, to be honest.
Oh my goodness.
All right, hang up
Neil.
now. Go.
Neil, it's on Netflix. It's on Netflix.
I know it is.
Go and watch it.
Neil, what's the T-shirt tonight, man?
Oh, yeah, my shirt of the day. Well, this is also from a movie.
That is fantastic.
So, I have neither time nor the crayons to explain this to you. So.
That's fantastic.
That is fantastic.
There
It
for
was
a
on
while
the
we
top
went
of the
on.
pile.
There for a while we went on a tangent where every one of these we did, Neil would jump up and run off to grab some T-shirt or something along those lines that was relevant to the conversation at hand.
I always have shit handy. Always. For some reason, it's all within arm's reach.
Have you guys seen any of the trailers for the new Resident Evil 2 remake?
Yes, Sassy, we are weird. I have not.
Oh, it looks freaking great. It looks great. And somebody modded it so that every time, because one of the main antagonists in the game is Mr. X, who's like the tyrant. He's the big T-virus tyrant character from the game. And somebody modded the game so that every time he shows up, it plays X Gon' Give It to You by DMX.
Do you guys remember when Doom, you could play Doom on the PC?
Yes.
My friend had a mod for that game where all the creatures that came at you were Barney the dinosaur.
That's hilarious.
So you were shooting Barney the dinosaur, which is fucking awesome.
Some freaking genius modded both Skyrim and Fallout 4, right? So in Skyrim, all the dragons are the Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh my God.
And every time he breathes fire, he goes, "Oh yeah!" And when he flies, he's like, "Macho Man, sky's the limit."
Wow.
You do that pretty good.
Thanks. And then Fallout, well, I am the high priest of the Church of the Risen Macho Man Randy Savage. So I have to be able to do at least a fair impression of him.
Yeah.
I've seen the Skyrim mod for where it's just like unlimited Thomas the Trains just coming out of nowhere.
Yeah.
People are like, "What the hell is this?" And it is so funny to watch people scream about as Thomas the Tank engines just keep slamming into the ground and everything. It was like, oh my God, that's amazing. I love it.
He seems to like to go by my place every time I have one of these shows. So,
what's the name of the character? What's the name of the character? What's the name of the character in Thomas the Train Engine that's like the boss character? He always wears the top hat.
Oh, the conductor?
Is he the conductor?
Mr. Topham Hat or whatever?
Mr. Topham Hat. Oh. I swear to God, that guy looks like a sex fiend.
Well,
like, I'm pretty sure Mr. Topham Hat has got like bondage gear on underneath his suit.
Well, look, you know what everyone else doesn't know doesn't hurt them.
That's true.
That's the train.
Yes, that is a train.
Oh fuck!
What did you?
Holy fuck! Artie is here.
I just poked myself in the fucking eye trying to put my goddamn glasses on.
You're not supposed to.
Glasses.
Well, if you do it enough, you won't even need glasses anymore. You'll need to see eyeglasses.
I'm trying to perforate it so I can get my contacts lens sewn in.
Maybe they'll breathe a little better.
It's all about oxygenation these days.
That's right.
I don't want to lose the train of thought. Go back a second. Do you have the North American version of Thomas the Tank Engine then? Because
no.
Do you genuinely call them the top hat? Whatever you just said,
Mr. Topham Hat.
Oh no, there's a there's an American Thomas the Tank Engine.
Is there?
Yeah,
exactly. I've never seen it.
Yeah. Because we've got the Fat Controller.
I'm not even sure it's American. I think it's okay. Well, the videos I've seen in homes were BBC productions with English voices, but I'm not
with
sure.
English voices. Well, I mean,
Because
wasn't you know the host or the narrator where they had Ringo Starr in them for a while, and did they also have
Peace and Love, Peace and Love?
George Carlin, wasn't he one too?
Oh, it's George Harrison.
No, not George Harrison.
I don't know. There was one guy I never saw Ringo, but there was one guy. It was one British guy.
Beatles. I don't know.
I thought it was just Ringo. I'm only aware of Ringo.
I think you're right. There was a. It probably was PBS. That, I mean, how else do you get a mid-60s stoner involved in a children's television program if not public television?
Could you imagine if they did a remake now with Kanye West?
Yeah. No, I can't imagine how high the person would have to have been. Knowing how high the people were that made other decisions, can't imagine how high someone would have to be to make that decision.
Oh my God, let's never see that ever. Like, yeah. I mean ever.
Yeah, I mean, like, my point is, like Jim Henson came up with the Muppets. So we can appreciate how high someone would have to be to do something like come up with the Muppets.
Yeah.
Right.
And Sesame Street, that came out of the same man's head, the same stoner group of he and Frank Oz came up with Sesame Street. And we know how high you have to be to do that. If you had to throw Kanye into that, that's a whole nother level of fucking drugs there that has nothing to do.
Whatever drugs that person was on, who would ever think to do that, they need to stop them.
Yeah.
Like, those drugs should never be taken by anyone ever at any point in time.
Everything about that should come with a warning label.
Yeah. I mean, hell, this is the guy who sat there and said that his greatest disappointment in life is that he will never see himself live.
Yeah, he's the Shia LaBeouf of rap.
This guy
It's almost
also
worthy of being president.
This is the guy who also says that the 13th Amendment should be ratified.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, but here's the funny thing about Kanye. He's got some bitchin' fucking tunes out there, dude. Love him or hate him, some of his shit's good, man.
Michael Jackson wrote good music.
Yeah, but he was a pedophile.
Oh, there's a yeah, but?
Here's the yeah, but for Kanye. Yeah, he's got some pretty cool tunes, but he's a fucking moron.
Well, that's just it, though. That's a bit of a difference, though, right? Because
you just don't understand his genius.
Yeah. I tend to think that most of those people are morons. They're just really good at one thing.
Yeah, Madonna, not musically talented. As a big woman, fucking brilliant.
As a showwoman, you said?
No, businesswoman. As a showwoman, no.
See, I'll actually disagree with you there. Just based on when I was young, I watched the.
You're welcome to be wrong, Duke.
I am never wrong about anything. Everything I say is pre-approved is correct by me. Thank you.
Wait.
Well, the thing is my rules.
Are you kidding me?
My rules for life is that first rule is Artie's always wrong, and if whenever in doubt, the second rule is whenever in doubt, refer to rule 1.
Yeah. Way to go, Steve. Sounds like a great plan.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I watched Truth or Dare when I was a kid, the documentary she made, and the amount of work and effort she puts into a show is monstrous. She works her ass off to put on a huge show.
Hard worker? I said she's not a fucking talented woman.
But that's separate from being a good showman. Like, she puts on a great show.
Woman.
What?
I said she was a good businesswoman. She fucking is. And
she's a great businesswoman.
The big part of that is the salesmanship that you're talking about, and also the effort that she puts into her work. I'm fine with admitting that she has learned how to dance. What she has not learned to be is talented.
Oh, I see.
Wait.
All I know is
I drop out
I
for
know
like
that-
3 minutes, and this chat just goes to shit. Everything was so good before I left.
Well, see, it's because Artie came in is what happened.
Yeah, and Murphy here.
No, I mean, you know.
Oh, fuck. Already makes my day. All right, I have answers for this Thomas question we had earlier. Okay, so there have been multiple narrators in there. And there has been both UK and US versions. They're the same show. They're just narrated by either UK people or US people. And Ringo is the only one who did both. He did both for the UK and the US version. George Carlin did do it in 91 to 95 for the US version. Michael Angelis did it from 91 to 2012 in the UK and the US. Alec Baldwin also did it. Mara Wilson, Michael Brandon, also in the US. Gwyneth Paltrow, Pierce Brosnan, Mark Morgan, also, and then the most recent ones that have gone from season 22, which is 2018 to present, are John Hassler and Joseph May.
There you go.
If they get Kanye West, he will sit there and be narrating, be like, "Look at that face. What do you think that's an actual face on a train?" Out of nowhere.
Was the train white? Was the train got to be white?
But is he a gay fish?
They're actually. I'm just reading this up because they're still doing the cartoon now on ITV, which is like a privately funded, not BBC. Thomas the Tank Engine to get more female and multicultural friends as part of revamp. Apparently.
Yeah, they added an African train.
I mean, they've all got the same grey face. I don't want to sound like I'm being racist towards grey-faced trains.
It's the paint. It's African because of the paint job, and nothing says African like a paint job.
I was just gonna say, African train has a whole different connotation here in the States.
Oh, dude, God love you, but that's fucked up.
No, that's awesome.
That's pretty fucked up, dude.
It's awesome, but it's fucked up.
Not even gonna lie. That's just straight fucked up.
Yeah, and you're from Alabama.
Yeah.
Your news this week hasn't exactly been fucking stellar.
Oh, dude.
What happened in Alabama?
Oh, it's great. So there was a guy that wrote an op-ed for his paper encouraging the KKK to come back and clear Washington out from the Republicans or from the Democrats who are pretending to be Republicans and the Democrats in general. Needless to say, that didn't go over so well. So we've been dealing with that. Like, he's
I can't imagine why.
In his defense, brother doubled down on it and said, "I will not retract my statement."
Oh no! And see, the thing about it is like I know he's not from far away, and he's a long-time journalist here. I mean, he had a bunch of awards from various journalistic reward places.
Cousin, right?
No, and he's not my cousin, but I do know people that know him. And they were like, that's just kind of the way that he is. I'm like, yeah, he's a horrible human being. That's what he is. He's a piece of trash.
Oh.
Let's just make that.
Living in Alabama.
Yeah, I mean, it was no surprise whenever that came out, and I saw like on Facebook, and you know, it's just been general talk. Whenever I saw that, I knew it wasn't any surprise that he doubled down on it. Like, that's just kind of the guy that he is. I'm like, he's a fucking racist.
I didn't realize he was the editor of that paper. I thought it was just like, you know, the editor wanted to publish a letter to the editor.
It's a little bitty paper, right?
Yeah, but it's a long fucking letter.
Yeah, it's awesome. It was a great column.
Like 750
it showed, you know,
it was a great column.
This is something that bothers me with just Alabama journalism in general is like my English skills are low, right? I'm not a writer by any stretch of the imagination. I leave that to my wife.
You talk good.
But this freaking column, this guy's the editor of a paper. And did you read it? Did you look at it?
No.
It was
No, I have not read
barely
it.
comprehensible.
I read it in your voice. Compensation to anyone.
You already.
Like I said,
Favorite Alabama voice I got in my head. It's not my fault.
like I said, the last year I was living in Alabama, I remember that there was I forgot what seat of office he was in, or he was running for, but his whole entire campaign slogan while he was on all of his commercials was, "I support traditional marriage." And I was like, wow, that sounds very, very hillbilly of you.
Oh, that'll sell in Indiana.
That's
Who's the,
Alabama.
Pence country.
You see the guy? It's like that guy Brian Kemp. The guy was it Georgia? He got
No, that was
elected
Georgia.
governor of Georgia.
Yeah, that was fucking hilarious. Those
Yeah.
campaign ads were awesome.
Yeah, where he's all like, "I'm Brian Kemp. I got a chainsaw and guns and trucks, pussy. Don't you like guns and trucks?" You're like, oh, it was brutal. Like I watched it,
and that was the actual ad too. That's not
Yeah,
even like
yeah.
no, it was.
Oh my god!
No, that was it. That was literally it.
it's not hyperbole at all. Like I saw the liberal redneck talk about it. I saw Trey Carter talk about it, and I was like, that can't be real. So I looked it up. Holy shit! He literally
I
says,
want to see this.
he says, "I got a big truck just in case I got to round up criminal illegals and take them back to myself."
Yep.
Yeah, I just said
Oh
that.
my god!
Like,
Like-
oh,
like
and then he
he
got elected.
Like he's got gas money. No.
Post
Oh
some
my
links
God.
in the
Or
group.
make the illegals pay for the gas.
Yeah, exactly. That fucker's gonna be hitting up the illegal. Any of you fuckers got cash?
Gas, grass, or ass. Nobody rides for free.
All right, blow me.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
That's not gonna get me elected.
We were
And then
talking
he
about this.
won!
He
What?
oh,
He won. He's the governor of
Oh my
Georgia, for
God.
fuck's sake. I kid you not. Like, I saw that ad and I was like,
got it.
this is
Truck.
nothing to worry about. Nobody will vote for this cocksucker. No!
I
I was wrong!
I've got a big truck.
This is obviously something that Sophane has let slide past us all.
Oh my god. I'm seriously now under the impression that life can't get any more fucked up than it already is.
All right, guys, I'm officially
my
going to
God.
look this up, and I'm going to put this ad in the usual suspects.
Okay.
Please do.
Sweet.
And
I was
please
gonna
link that. Please link that. You're linking the ad that he ran.
Yes.
Okay. Link that article too about the editor though, who was
How about you do your
incredibly
own?
racist.
Be frustrated for
Yeah.
once. Jeez. Quit relying on
Evan.
everybody else to do the
Yeah,
work for
Evan.
you.
Because I farm shit out, Evans. We already got this under control, okay?
Settle down, Reese. Settle
Shut
down.
the Look, I need you to stay in your own lane, okay?
It's above my
Get
bandwidth.
your own way.
Stay in my own lane.
Yeah, stay in your lane of not producing anything.
Use your own bandwidth.
Oh, gauntlet thrown. Gotcha.
I might
Gotcha.
one day maybe make some content.
No.
One
You
day.
won't. No, it's not going to happen, dude. No.
Mm.
Listen. You're
How
like
about
that.
y'all,
You're like that chick that you buy like 15 fucking $high dinners for. She's really hot. You think eventually, if I keep buying her dinner, she's gonna touch my penis, but it's never gonna happen. She's just getting dinner. That's all you're doing, dude. You're getting dinner out of us, man.
see,
You
see,
fuck.
this is one of those things, though. Whenever I do finally touch your penis, Duke, it's going to be amazing.
For all of us.
Well, I'll totally make you the perfect omelet the next morning.
All you gotta do is
Apparently Bible Belt Atheist is going to join us too. So be
Yeah, well, we
prepared
won't
for
notice.
non-stop talking.
Yeah,
let's get the penis touching out of the way then.
Peter,
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's a little young.
he's a youngin.
We need to go ahead and quit all that. That's a virgin ears joining, guys. Virgin ears.
We don't have that. We don't have time to throw in Catholicism before he gets in here.
Well, he may know all about that. He was a Catholic.
Okay, so
Depends which continent you're on.
sometimes Artemis makes jokes that are too heavy for the room.
And sometimes he makes jokes that just don't make sense.
But that one was.
What was it? Throw it at me again.
I got you, Artie. It was.
Yeah, I know what it was.
I understand you. We're on the same.
It's that joke. It's that joke that's stuck to your fucking naked heel. That's what it is. That's what that joke is.
How'd you know my heel was naked?
You stepped all over it with your bare foot.
Because I'm guessing with the man bun, you probably got sandals on too.
Oh! Shots fired!
Yeah.
Got him.
Forget about what were those old school sandals? Gosh,
Birkenstocks, dude.
Birkenstocks. Those. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm not even sure you have real Birkenstocks. You probably have faking stocks.
No,
Thanks.
actually, the only shoes that I own is a pair of work boots and a pair of flip flops.
Oh Christ, flip flops, really?
Yeah,
I love flip flops.
For a long
If
time, all I had was work boots and Tevas and hiking boots.
If I owned a time machine, the first thing I would do is go back in time and kill the guy who invented flip flops. Thanks.
That's a really weird thing. Not Hitler, flip flop guy. That's it.
Yeah.
Really.
Really.
Not Stalin. Not Mao.
How many times?
Way better for humanity, dude.
How many times do you think sandals were invented? You gonna kill all those guys?
No, not sandals. Not sandals. Not sandals. Just flip flops.
Okay.
Go back and kill Mr. Flip Flop.
Yeah.
Or his wife.
That's a terrible waste of a time machine.
You
I'm
killed
just saying.
Terrible waste.
His wife.
Nobody gives a shit. I don't give a fuck. That's not the only thing I'm going to do. It's just the first thing I'm going to do.
You'd kill his boy Elroy too, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would.
Hey, somebody tell Russ to calm down in the chat bar over there. Or Reese, or whichever one it is.
Reese.
Reese Russ.
Calm down in the chat bar.
What am I saying in the chat bar?
There is no sex in the chat bar. No one.
You clearly weren't around in the chat bar for David's thing.
Played in the chat bar, like the VIP section of a titty bar. Nothing special happens there. It's just more expensive.
Gonna ask Evans.
Yeah, what's up?
We were struggling earlier for the state in which every politician is dressing up in blackface as a teenager. Is that Alabama?
No. Surprisingly not. No, that's West Virginia.
First of all, blackface and wearing makeup, not the same thing. I understand that's become a real popular thing in the last 20 minutes, but those aren't the same thing. Blackface generally is circles around the eyes, big red accentuated lips. And a black face. Like
that's literally what the people were doing.
Yeah, literally black shoe color.
That's what they were.
Just making clear for everyone that there is a distinction to be made between blackface, actual blackface, and blackface where you're just in the makeup that makes you appear as though you are of a different race.
Yeah, but that's what West Virginia.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
Who's playing the banana boats? Wait.
Like the minstrel outfit and standing next to the KKK member.
That was me.
Fairly well identified that as.
Yeah. Well, then
are you a member of the Banana Splits gang?
What?
I did.
Neil's not here right now.
Wasn't it the theme for the Banana Splits show?
Yes, it was.
La la. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. I knew we were friends for a reason.
That was a great show, man.
Because
it was.
What show?
Both your parents are potheads.
1 banana, 2 banana, 3 banana, 4. No, my parents were potheads.
Anymore. Over hill and highway, the banana buggies go. Coming up to bring you the Banana Split show. La 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 la.
Yeah, it's great. Great stuff.
Yeah, I used to love that when I was a kid, man.
Yeah, I watched it too.
It's a great story. Take your top off.
All right, if you insist. We were talking earlier about how my nipples were going to become like diamonds because it was so cold in here.
Which 3?
Just let me cut the window pane out here.
Somebody posted a meme today that was something about it was a dog that had obviously an emotional attachment to a photographer that had shown up in this kennel for strays and runaways. And the caption in the original thing said something about how he was adopted, and I don't have a real good resolution on my phone. I wasn't using my computer, but I did. I blew that thing up because that just didn't look like a boy dog. I was struggling to find, evidence, and I kind of, even on my phone, I could see 3 prominent nipples that had obviously the bitch had obviously had pups, and I wanted to comment that how fucked up it was that you couldn't tell the difference between a bitch and a penis. But I was like, the story's so fucking sweet. Why do I got to be that dickhead? Why do I got to be the fucking 14-year-old with something to prove about the size of my penis? By saying, fuck you, that's obviously a female, you pussy. You fuck.
So, a couple things. One, that story was boring as fuck.
I didn't say all the stories were good. In fact, I've never said that.
And 2, I find it very interesting.
No. Here, Russ,
no, wait.
You're gonna talk about being boring? Come on, man.
Look, I've already let everyone know. I let everyone know way ahead of time.
Yeah, first of all, Murph's got a point. Second of all, to his point and yours, I've never once said any of my stories that are interesting.
And for 2, I find it very telling that you were looking so hard to find a penis. You were looking very hard to find a penis on a dog.
Actually, I was pretty sure it was a bitch. If you'd have been paying attention, you'd have heard that part of the story.
Well, no, the very first part of the story, whenever you got to that part, was I looked very hard to find that dick, to find that evidence that it was a male dog. So you were looking very hard to find a dick.
All right, Steve, it's a great point you've just made. You're right.
I don't know.
You're being a bit smug right now, actually.
I don't know about dogs. I don't know about dogs.
Never. I don't know about saying you're right, Steve.
I don't know about dogs, but I'm regularly looking pretty hard to find a dick, so it's fine.
That's right. I've heard that a bitch or two will do.
I don't even know where to go with that one.
Hey, BBA.
Hey, BB.
You tried dick or
all right,
yet?
back to PG-13, guys. Youngin's here.
Oh,
whatever.
Wait.
Let's do it. Oh, whatever.
I can't remember how many condoms is PG-13.
2.5. It's 2.5.
It's like 7.
2.5.
Already put down the damn beer. You've had too much.
No such thing.
And this is how you know he's a youngin', because there is no such thing.
Yeah, well, see, I almost said something inappropriate about somebody that was actually inappropriate.
See?
Oh, not to.
That's a really good self-control, though, Artie. I applaud you.
Admittedly, it was
a sign of age.
It was about fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Steve's rubbing off on you. You're getting more and more self-control.
Not just rub me off.
Dude,
Give
what's up with,
a link.
What's up with Steve recently, man? I mean, I know he's been on the tangent for a long time.
I know, dude. I finally got blocked.
I mean, I know he's been on the tangent for a while, but it's gotten to the point now where, somebody will say something and he'll just jump in.
Yeah, no. Did you see the thing with me the other day?
No.
Oh,
it was
no.
freaking hilarious.
I'm trying to find it.
Hold on.
Now what are you guys doing with Steve?
I'll put it in the usual suspects. Y'all can all read it. It's glorious. I sent it to Artie. He got a kick out of it.
Well, yeah.
I saw something earlier today where somebody just said, I don't believe in a God or something. I can't remember exactly what it was, but he jumped in. He's like, yeah, he jumped in and said, "Do you believe in any gods?" And they were like, "I'm an agnostic atheist. I believe that I don't believe the Christian God, and I'm 99% sure that there is no God." And he was going on like this tangent about
the philosophical shit. Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, and then he was like putting fucking the philosophical equations in there and shit. It was just like, well,
you are not about to tell us that he told someone else that they were using the word atheist wrong?
Yeah.
Or agnostic wrong.
Yeah.
That is something that narcissistic.
You want to see a good video on this? Watch Surus's video from today where he talks exactly about this.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Actually,
I gotta check that out.
There you go, Surus. I gave you a plug like you need one, but
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
the
check
guy,
that out. And the usual suspects.
The guy that Steve was bitching about that was quote unquote flooding. I don't do Facebook, but apparently this guy was flooding his Facebook account with shit. He's got like 3 videos where he goes into some detail about what a great number of us are growing increasingly aware of. That somebody that we all expect to say respectful things because we respect their intellect. Not a really respectful guy, and doesn't really respect what most of us think and call ourselves. And I am not a fan of anybody telling anybody what they could or should call themselves. And when Steve defends his right to say what he has to say about himself, I stand with him. And when he doesn't do that, I have been blocked for questioning anything that he has to say.
Yeah, I really was. I've always been the type of person that I don't give a shit what you classify yourself as. If you want to classify yourself as an agnostic atheist, by all means, go ahead. If you want to call yourself a lack belief atheist type of thing, then go ahead do so. I really don't care. But the fact that he has been now pushing that other people should go along with the way philosophers identify these subject matter.
Yeah,
it's a bit too far.
I object to that. I agree with you, and I object to that. It's and I object to anybody doing it to him. If you've done that, stop it. You're as wrong as anything that we're bitching about.
All you do is, if you're in a conversation with somebody, you get the meanings that you prefer to use, and you go from there. That's it.
Yeah.
And if y'all cannot by any
philosophical,
and if
doesn't matter.
And if you cannot by any means agree on the terms that are being used, then the conversation shouldn't be had.
Yeah, okay, fine, goodbye.
Well, the thing about it is, and this is because I identify myself as a strong atheist or philosophical atheist, and I use the philosophical definitions because I believe that they have more utility in conversation, because it doesn't exclude other positions, that it doesn't lump in non-theism with atheism. So like, I agree with Steve in a broad sense on the topic at hand. But if you want to call yourself an agnostic atheist and to say, I don't know that there's a God, but I don't believe, fine. I don't care. I personally don't refer to myself like that because, again, and I think that, again, that the philosophical definitions offer more utility in conversation, but it's not like, you got a brain butt into every third conversation about it, The only thing that I dislike is whenever somebody says, well, that's the only, like Artie says, like, that's the only way to describe atheism is as that little 4-point graph.
And my only with what Murph said is that there's more utility in conversation, because I think in conversation, the general rules of philosophy and logic largely have to be ignored because most of us haven't considered any of that shit, let alone studied it. I love to be engaged in those conversations where that's a thing, but in most conversations, it's not a thing. You're not more likely. You're as likely to come across a presuppositionalist Christian as you are a Christian who is also a fundamentalist and has studied logic. And that's kind of the assumption to me in my head with utility in a conversation, where I think the more colloquial definitions have more utility in a conversation because they facilitate a conversation with more people. Whereas I also appreciate what Murph is saying is that in a conversation where we can agree that these are things, the philosophical definition of atheism has more utility in that conversation.
Yeah, no, and I totally agree.
Yeah, Evans and I actually got into this once before as well. That's almost the exact same premise.
Well, my thing is
Murph, little something up high. Thank you, brother.
In the context of that, like if I'm just talking to a layman Christian, my position is yes, I don't believe that God exists. Right.
Yeah.
And then that's it, because we're not splitting hairs over the definition of atheism.
Right.
Right. If we're talking about atheism, agnosticism, pantheism, apatheism, theism in general, things like that, those are the contexts where the definitions offer more utility. But never am I going to be like just meeting a fundamentalist and being like, oh, I define myself as X, Y, and Z type of atheist, because it's like they're not going to know what any of those words mean.
Right.
If we're starting with the Earth is 6,000 years old, I can guess that your grasp on logic and reason and philosophy are not that grand. So we're not going to be splitting hairs over the definition of atheism. We're going to be talking about the fossil record and genomes.
Indeed. And I think the topic has been fucking beat to death as well.
No, for sure.
Use whatever definition you're comfortable with. That's just what I tell people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed. And like I had said before, like
to you who you're talking to, and it should be gold.
I had said before, like even if like the colloquial definition of atheism is technically philosophical agnosticism, the average, like Artie was saying, the average person doesn't understand philosophical agnosticism. So there's a utility there to kind of cut through the bullshit and get to the meat of the matter without getting into a definitions game.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no.
I hate to do this, guys, but I will have to go. I'm sorry. Well, I'm sorry. I've got a couple things I got to do, and then as soon as I get home, I will be doing my live stream game.
Fuck off, Russell!
What did you say, Artie?
I said, fuck off, Russell!
We'll see you later, Reese.
Yeah, buddy.
Okay, now what were you saying?
He was telling you to fuck off.
I said, fuck off.
I said, sure, you can hang out all morning with the coffee chat on the Geek Room that I was watching and listening to, but you can't hang out here.
Because I'm on my way home.
Oh, all right.
I gotta call people.
Way home.
Listen to this guy.
Boom, boom. He's on his way home.
That's not a microphone. Cut it out.
Oh, sorry. Ooh.
Oh, that's not very nice.
Love you.
Luckily, it didn't matter. His dick was about this long.
Love you guys. I'll talk to y'all later.
Later, FA.
Later.
Love you too, buddy. Have a great night, man.
Y'all too. Bye-bye.
Drive safe. Fuck you, Russell.
Gotta get that last little plug in there.
I thought that was Reese. I'm confused.
Oh, Reese. Oh,
Reese, Russ. They are the same person.
I've had
them both. I've had both of them on mine too, and I mean, with some slight differences in their accents, they almost sound identical.
It sounds. Russ sounds like Reese trying to do an accent, like trying to disguise his voice a bit, but not doing it too well. You know,
Right.
it's like if I tried to sound like a Yankee, I'm like, "Hey guys, how's it going?" You know.
I was just,
Nah.
Oh, listen to that anti-northern bias.
I was,
Yeah.
you were speaking perfect Wisconsin right up until you said accent.
I can't help it, Artie. God bless me with this accent.
I can speak without an accent, an American accent, right up until I get to the word accent. And that accent will not leave me because accent is a word I can't say without. Oh,
It's funny because, you know, BBA's a Southerner too, but I rarely really hear a thick accent out of him.
Because he never talks.
See, but again, my accent's not that thick.
There's
Like, if you
that.
knew some of the people that I was around, I mean, I get comments from fellow Alabamites where they're say, well, you don't really have that much of a Southern accent, do you?
It just
Yeah, no. But you just said there.
no.
I'm serious.
There. They said there. There. Say you don't really have much of a Southern accent, huh?
Oh,
I mean, like,
I agree. I mean, I
it's
sound
pretty
like
thick, dude.
thick as
When-
possible.
When you do have an accent, you turn words like thick into 3 syllables.
Wait,
Yeah, just said thick.
you mean it ain't thick?
It ain't thick.
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 Yeah, that's right. Thick. There you go. 3 syllables.
Thick.
That's
There
what
you go.
That's what you were taught. To do the clapping thing for the syllables, right?
Look, the trick to a good Southern accent is to just mull everything together into one long fucking thing of, like, you don't really fucking enunciate nothing at all. You just kind of like go through
It's starting to sound like
everything.
Boomhauer.
Say what you gonna say.
It's like
Hey,
it's
gamble,
I
dangle,
like
dangle,
it's going a
dangle.
little bit slower.
I came here to have a good time, and I'm feeling very attacked right now.
Wait a minute, you're not used to this?
It's fine until you said really attacked right now.
You guys quit picking it. Remember what I keep saying, Evans? We always pick on the ones we love, right? So
Oh, yeah,
remember
no,
I was talking about
trust
beating
me.
girls up on the playground and shit like that.
Hey, look,
There's a reason I get every Mike Pence or hashtag Indiana fucking comment on Twitter.
oh my god,
Mike Pence.
I'll take
Looney Tunes.
Guys,
for living in this state that spawned that pig.
Duke.
so guys, what about this modern day debate thing where he's blocked Dean Esme forever and he's looking at blocking the master apologist?
I feel like he's trying to not be a dickhead.
Yep.
Good for him.
Who and the master apologist in turn told him that in the future he'd have to be paid for his skill set.
Yeah, that was.
Oh my god, that guy is just like, what the fuck is with that guy?
And then Sygart came in. Oh my god, Sygart came in and just pwned him. It was fucking brutal. Sygart was just like, what's the skill set? Like,
You got shit on by Sygart.
Yeah, that's pretty. You know,
That's
that whole thread.
You know you've reached a new low.
yeah, that's a turd real close to the ground.
Yep. That
because
whole
I
thread was
watched
hilarious.
I watched the master apologist Andrew Stratality's Skylar Fiction Josh debate, and they got destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
They got destroyed. Skylar fucking destroyed Andrew. It was
making
brutal
like
too.
infants.
Yeah, it was brutal to the point where he was just like, okay, that's the 5th time you've dodged my question.
Yeah,
Like, it was just like, oh.
comfortable to watch in the sense that it made me feel like I don't do well with movies about characters that are socially awkward. What's this fuck that the just sort of modern one with the goofy guy with the glasses that wore the moon boots when he did a dance and.
No, that would be Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, Napoleon Dynamite.
4 tries to get through Napoleon Dynamite because of how socially awkward that cat was.
Yeah, it's a pretty good movie, though.
It's a great movie.
It took me 4 tries. I didn't say it wasn't a good movie. It was thoroughly convincing. My problem was that it was so convincing that I couldn't get through it.
Eat your food,
Oh, wow.
Tina.
Yeah, it's not. It took me so long.
That's the ham.
Get to the things that were funny that weren't about this really painfully, literally to me, painfully awkward, socially inept kid to get to the really funny shit. And then once I got to the really funny shit, and I was, I let go of the fact that I literally pain for people that are that socially awkward. And it's largely because I am so painfully shy that all of this is mostly a facade. That I can't shut the fuck up because if I do, I'll never say anything.
Yeah.
And I spent 30 years creating this. So
I'm with you there.
How dare you attack my mascara?
He came here to have a good time, and now he's attacking himself.
I always say like,
Fuck
it's
you,
funny
man.
because like I think a lot of people assume because of my persona on fucking YouTube that I'm fucking super bombastic in my private life. But like, if I'm out and about, I purposefully wear headphones the entire time.
Bombastic.
I have no idea what you're saying.
Oh, I said
Bombastic.
Neither does he.
I have no idea.
Bombastic. Might be the second whitest thing.
Oh yeah,
but
my connection sucks.
I did have to repeat it. I can't.
Neil,
Yeah,
send a link
I still
to,
didn't hear it.
Send a link
Yeah.
to Terry.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Send a link to who?
Terry.
Why is he no longer in the group?
He's in the suspects.
Oh, is he?
Links?
Okay.
Links?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but it might be
Oh,
like
okay.
fucking 500 messages behind. You know how it goes in that group.
Oh, sure. I know you always used to send him a link separately.
Nope. He's always gotten it from every time I post it in Usual Suspects, he jumps right in. So
What buds are you wearing? Or what bud are you wearing?
Well, one at the minute. It's an ENAC Fire E18.
Oh, it's in the ear? All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's pretty good.
no, it's in his nose. Where the fuck you think it is?
Well,
Yeah, Artie.
It's up his ass.
I
I
know what?
shoved it here and it's all good. Right?
it's worth the walk to my fucking bedroom. Eat my ass.
Already kills me, man. All right, Terry, you're watching, so okay, he found it. So how come you're still not in here? You slow motherfucker! All you people slow down there in fucking Australia land.
This will drop
I've got
bears.
blood goes to the head.
This isn't even what I necessarily meant to grab, but
Hey, you got the same ones I do, I think.
yeah, this
The
bit
bows.
here means you don't necessarily have to have it in your ear. This particular cup is meant to be used in your ear, but I have, without the cup, this works just as well. So it allows in ambient sound. So they're great for like jogging or walking or something where you might want to hear something around you, but also want to hear quality sound. That's why I asked what
Terry,
Okay.
Bose makes that, and if they don't suck, I might save up the money to buy some.
I have the Bose version.
Do you love them like crazy?
They're the best set of earbuds I've ever owned. The wireless
Talking
ones.
about me.
And
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
actually got them
I
on
pay
Black
the
Friday
same.
half off. So
I'm actually trying to do better than that.
Did you slice the deals with your samurai sword?
I did.
I thought I'd better come in. I didn't want to be talking to myself in the side chat.
We'd hate for that
yeah,
to happen to you.
I'd hate to
Not
talk to
many
myself
people
too.
left.
Oh my god, is that Is that some shade? You just throw some shade. Nobody's watching.
Yeah, well, he's right. There's like it says there's 3 people. Three people watching. And
everybody that's anybody is in the chat already. So
one of them's me, and one of them's David. So
I'm the other one.
I'm one.
I feel like that's everybody.
Okay. Well, I don't think they count me actually. So.
No, they don't count you. You're nobody.
They don't count me because I'm not there.
Well,
he's somebody to us, Terry. Come on. He's like the cool. He's like the cool rock and roll uncle I never had.
Dude, he's like a fucking. He's like a biker.
What I meant. You take it that way. You can. That's not how I meant it.
What I can't let go of is the fact that any sentence that ends in Terry is going to be funny, isn't it, Terry?
If you say so.
It's like it might as well end with Kevin. Kevin.
Fun fact: I was adopted, and according to my birth family that I've met, that was supposed to be my name. That's what they were going to name me. They were going to name me Kevin.
Kevin.
That's.
I'm glad they didn't.
Yeah,
Neil suits you much better. Kevin would not be a good look for you.
Yeah,
I was going to be Trevor the Third.
You might, in fact, be the least
Trevor the Third
I would have ever met.
It would have been a what?
The least Kevin I would have ever met.
Dude, you're like a biker pirate angel.
Biker pirate angel now. Now we're tacking angel onto this.
Oh, blood angel. He meant blood angel.
I'm not seeing any wings back there.
Yeah, but
you didn't notice what I wrote in the side chat for after Worley put his podcast thing. He said, "Hey Terry," and then you said to me, "I found that I could find the link," but then I must have misspelled something.
It says IAOK found the link.
Yeah,
Usual suspects.
Unusual.
Oh yes, you did say unusual.
Yeah, unusual. It's unusual or usual?
I should actually change the name of the group to that because we are definitely an unusual bunch. It reminds me of back in the day, like in the 90s when, or late 80s, early 90s when there was no real internet, but we used to do it back then. We called it modeming, and you'd go online and you'd meet up in local BBS chats and stuff like that. And people would always get together, like groups of people that would be always in these chat rooms talking, would get together. And you've never seen like the largest group of people that just did not look like they belonged together in one group of people. Because you had like everything all over the spectrum, right? You had guys like me, you had guys with fucking mohawks, and you had business suit guys with glasses and pocket protectors, and you had the whole works. You had like jockey kind of looking guys.
When you had video back then?
No, there was no video. It was really, we're talking in the days of like fucking 900 to 1400 baud modems. Okay, we're talking it takes a day and a half to load a nude photo. I know this from experience. But anyways.
Okay.
So I can't wait to see this nude of Pamela Anderson. This is going to be great next week.
Next week, yeah.
Yeah, I remember the old days of, what was it, Yahoo Chat.
Yeah.
Back in the day when Yahoo Chat was there.
This is pre-Yahoo. This is pre.
Yeah, but you're old as shit, dude. You're old as shit.
Was this dial-up even?
Yeah, it was dial-up. Yeah, where you used to go. Make all the funny noises. And shit.
That's the one.
Yeah,
I need
and
to
then
get
somebody
that as
would
a
pick up the
ringtone.
phone. Somebody would pick up the fucking phone when you're in the middle of talking to somebody. You'd be like, a game that had like hotkeys and shit, and then someone would pick up the phone and ruin everything. And you'd be like, "Fuck! Shit, I was like this close to winning. What are you doing?" Oh man, yeah, it was hilarious back in the day. That's back in the day when they used to have 900 numbers too.
I didn't get to see your guest tonight that you interviewed. I missed out on that. I was out.
It was David.
You
David.
face.
Well, I wasn't here, so I didn't know.
You do realise you have entered the David Worley after party, right?
Well, you're the king of the party. Off you go.
Smooth dodge, Terry. Smooth dodge. Weaved right around that one. Smooth as shit.
That's a smooth dodge.
I'm as smooth as sandpaper.
I'm a fucking huge fan of smooth dodge right now. That's awesome.
What?
I'm a huge fan of smooth dodge right now.
Oh, okay.
No, that's just I'm real fond of that. That's a smooth. Actually, it's either a smooth dodge in like the car with a real nice paint job, like you took it out of a barn and you dusted it off, and it turns out you got a smooth job, or it's a thing where you look like you're touching that car, but you're just stepping away from some shit, and that's a smooth dodge.
I haven't showed you my car yet, have I? Then, Artie.
What the fuck are you even talking about, Artie?
Nobody knows. Artie just talks, and we just listen.
Normally,
like,
I can keep up with Artie.
You know what it's like? You know, it's like if you watch the old '60s surfer movies. There's that one guy who's like the big fucking big Kahuna who lays on the couch.
Wait,
and he doesn't say anything for days on end. And then he sits up out of nowhere and he says something, and everybody fucking like sits to it. That's Artie, dude. He's like a sage.
Okay.
He's like a fucking wizard.
Duke thinks that I'm part of an Annette Funicello movie from 1959.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And your eyes are
You mean you're not?
Yeah, I'm confused.
And Duke, I know you understand me when I'm saying this. You have made me so completely self-conscious about how close together my fucking eyes are. With the neck with a fork.
That's okay, dude.
I actually looked up how close together the average pupils are, because I know I have a big head. My eyes
It's not that your eyes are close
the average
together.
eyes, and fuck, you're not recognizing the fact that I have fat head, not too close eyes. He started saying,
Yeah, no, but didn't Einstein prove that head size and eye width are relative? I mean,
You can see this screen, Neil, if I do
yes, but his claim was that they looked too close together. That in fact they are wider apart than average. But I also have a really big fucking head.
It's got a huge head.
It's a veritable planetoid. It's got its own gravity.
That's right. It's got a toothpick.
It's 7 5/8. It's a big head.
Can you share me screen,
Say, go
Neil?
upstairs and cry on your great huge pillow. What? Yes.
Go to sleep with your great big head on your great big pillow. Yeah, favorite line ever. Heed pants. No.
Oh, I got like pipe her down. He fucking passes out of the party.
Sorry, if you've not
After playing
seen
it.
So I Married an Axe Murderer, you're missing a fantastic film.
Oh yeah.
Maybe one of the films that I would watch over and over and over. It's like Clue. I would watch it over and over and over and keep finding new shit.
Or
It's
Big
a cult
Trouble
classic.
in Little China.
Yeah.
Big Trouble in Little China's like that, dude.
Yeah, same thing for different reasons, but you're absolutely right. I didn't realize that until I'd watched it like 7 times, and I was like, you know, I keep liking this movie.
Terry's been trying to ask me something for.
Oh, I was just going to say, you can see me screen. That's me wagon I've been doing up.
Oh, I can't see anything, dude. All I see is your little spherical flag.
Yeah, we're just looking at your ball.
Barney one bullet.
Got him.
I thought I was sharing
Got him.
It doesn't
Jerry,
say-
he's only got one ball. Jerry, he's only got one ball.
No, it won't share it. It won't share me application window. It only shares me entire screen.
Ah. You need to do the presentation thing.
All right,
Oh,
I was
okay.
just looking at somebody's. It was an IndyCar photograph of a guy with your flag on his helmet in an IndyCar. Who's the New Zealander that drives IndyCar? Because you're
That flag is
because
Australian.
yeah
New Zealand.
because you've only got the one ball. We expect you to know everything on behalf of your country.
What do you say?
No
now?
idea what that accent was.
You should
I
have
believe
gone
it was
for-
Scottish.
Yeah, me either.
I was going for deep from my ass.
I believe that was.
I think you
I've
missed
never
it.
been there.
I have. I've been there.
I'm not familiar with that accent.
There's only ever been 2 or 3 knuckles there.
I've been there.
So
Pack a
glad you
sandwich.
interpreted that Scottish.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh, no, do the Scottish thing again. That was beautiful.
Well, the Scottish accent.
Yeah, do it. Oh my god, I love it so much.
I can try
I
an
don't know what
Aussie
to
accent.
say.
Slower
we know you
now.
can do an. We know you can do an Aussie accent. You're an Aussie. That's not what I asked for.
I do.
Slower,
I do a
slower,
Canadian
and
accent.
slower and a little deeper if you could.
Yeah. Velvety smooth.
Well, the trick to slower and deeper is to push the legs back.
Oh, Jesus fuck. Once again, another one of my videos will also be available on Pornhub.
Wait, Dale, no, the man was talking about cooking a
Well,
bird.
you got others, have you?
Well, yeah, the last conversation that we had at the end of it, it kind of started going that direction, so I kind of blurted that out.
Trailed off
Pretty
to
cool.
cooking turkeys.
Yeah. You know, I had to.
Well, there's always the after party.
Well,
The after
the
party is where the fun shit happens,
we are pretty clearly
That's right.
talking about cooking turkeys at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
or at
your
least
legs back.
basting, or at least basting them.
So do you stuff them yourself?
Well,
Yes.
You don't want to have somebody else stuff it for you, do you?
Well, that's the thing. You stick the legs. You hold the legs back so you can get deeper into the cavity. Whenever you're fisting your stuffing up in there.
That's how you get the best grip
You
on
stick
the
a
neck.
duck or a pheasant in there.
Yep.
When you get to the point where you've got a hold of the neck, you've really got to pull on it.
Well, you
Yep.
start off with the turkey, then you get the duck, and then you get the pheasant.
Yeah, you stuff them all in there.
That seems ambitious, but if that's your goal,
Yeah, it's a turducken.
Yeah.
Except with pheasants. So it's like how would you say? If it was
Turduck fez.
for like a turduck fez. Turduck fez. So
Duck fest.
Fuck.
I think I broke Artie.
Oh my god!
I don't know what a pheasant's noise the pheasants make, but you got the turkey, the gobble, then you got the duck, the quack, and then you got the.
Yeah, Murph, go fuck yourself.
All right. I mean, I guess if I got to.
Oh, see, even in the fucking Neil's Usual Suspects chat here, David even put everyone come play, spelled it the proper way, there, which I just thought. That's hilarious.
No, it's all
Oh,
sticky.
yeah, the prank. It's so sticky. I'm switching my phone here. I gotta go outside for a second.
Space capsule and say, it's all sticky.
I'm about to have to go let my hair down.
Well, whatever you do, don't let all of that down in front of us because
Well, Neil's
what?
disappeared.
pops
Neil's
up like a
disappeared.
throw.
no, he's going outside to smoke, so he'll
Yeah,
switch to his phone.
Yeah, I know that. I know that.
Holy shit, Evans! What the fuck was
I
that?
told
What the
you.
fuck happened to your hair? All right.
That's why I had it in the man bun.
What was that guy that did like Young Einstein?
Oh,
Rocco Sirius or-
yeah, whatever his name was.
Yeah, Yahoo serious.
Yeah,
Yahoo
that's why.
Serious.
That's why I left it in the man bun because I took it down and it did this, and I was like, "Well, I can't go on air like this."
Well,
That's
I'm
great.
sure you can.
Dude, you look like the god of war, man. All that shit, that shit. If your hair was made of flames, you'd be the god of war right now. Aries.
if his hair
Now-
would
now-
wouldn't it
Now
just be
pretend,
flames?
now pretend you're doing a spacewalk, so you look like you.
Oh yeah, dude. Well,
Imagine if you could just have your own niqab out of hair. Just that bit.
like 7 levels of wrong.
Do you unplug drains too?
I'm a chimney sweep on the side.
Graham here looks just like me.
Just stick a broomstick and then you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, my dad was a chim chiroo.
So many uses for a broomstick.
See, I grew it out. My wife likes it long, so like I've traditionally kept my hair very short. David's.
That is
for,
the
like,
same reason. That is the same reason I grew this out.
And my wife urged me to grow it out. So
Murph's wife.
now it's like down in my eyes and shit.
Well, I'm getting old.
But she walked in and I had it up, and she's like, "I really like that."
I must be old. I
was like, "Okay."
Today, so.
Well, then keep it up, dude. Happy wives make happy lives.
Hey, that's the truth.
The answer is always yes, dear.
I used to have.
Hey! Every person that's ever had sex with me is a fucking saint. If they're like, "Hey, I like your hair short,"
claim to
I'm
make
cool
it
with it.
yourself.
Hey,
what about having sex with you makes somebody worthy of being a saint in the eyes of the Catholic Church? That's
no, in my eyes.
Which I will be the first to say or mean more to me than the Catholic churches. So
there you go.
Of course, that's not really hard to do.
Shut up, Artie.
No, I agree.
Would you prefer the Catholic Church to Duke Bonanza, Artie? Is that what you're trying to say?
Are you saying the best parts or all the parts?
We have to take all the parts. You can't just leave the pedophilia out.
Oh, my stars.
I don't know. When I was a kid, I was a big fan of attention from adults.
Oh.
I don't even know where to go with that.
No.
Yeah, no, everything about that.
And Artie takes the goddamn award. Like, I had the most awkward joke of the night.
Oh, yeah, no, I totally
Artie came in, stole that.
Yeah,
no, you're not.
That'd be
totally
right.
Fuck that out from under you.
Do you really think that you're going to get an awkward joke of the night and a hangout that Artie's in?
No, what? No, that's not
ambitious.
Fair. That's not fair because you are also in the same hangout and don't sell yourself short. You're a tremendous slouch.
Oh, well, definitely.
So
I'm not saying that, but I view you as like a slouch mentor, Artie. I don't want to think that I've surpassed my master so quickly.
I have mastered tremendousness. If not,
you're a bit smug on occasion.
Wait.
Let's be fair. Evans is a fucking assassin.
First of all,
all right, hey, settle down, Steve. No need.
He's an assassin.
I'm doing this full back because if I keep talking, I could be on camera when I do this. Look, I get what you're saying, but that doesn't really matter to me. What matters is that I'm right.
Here's what I know. Is that Neil can't finish a drink anytime Evans and I are together on a stream.
Nope, that's true.
He wears all of his drinks.
Yeah, he used to get mad at me for that, but that stopped like 6 months ago. You stopped drinking in front of me because you kept wearing so much.
Well, and today I just don't have any beer, so.
Oh, well.
I mean, we're really doing Neil a service sobering him up. I view it as like community service.
Yeah, I think it counts, Your Honor.
Yeah. I'm working towards my Canadian citizenship. They say you have to do so many good things.
You got to say sorry more.
Yeah, it's a lot like the Catholic Church. You have to do so much penance before you're allowed to be considered.
Right. Well, so if you're in the South, you have to be able to say not sorry, but I can't stand them goddamn homosexuals. Bless your heart.
No, bless your heart is our coverall. Yeah. You can say whatever you want to about whoever you want to.
Anything.
And as long as you preface it with bless their heart, like, well, bless their heart. Artie, boy, he's just so stupid.
Yeah, you can't.
I mean, bless his heart. You can get away with anything.
You can't say the Amish bless their hearts. That doesn't work. But
yeah.
No.
The Amish and their long beards. I mean, they're just kind of regressive, bless their hearts.
No, not around here. That is not a thing. You can walk away.
It worked. What about it, Cardi?
Not walk away from a concept like that around here.
Yeah, absolutely. Neil laughed. It counts.
Well, he'll know.
What?
Neil knows I'm running my house from an Amishman and that I live in Amish country.
And
Well,
bless
wow.
their hearts. They got you living in their house.
well, oh my God.
That worked, didn't it?
How dare they make money
Oh,
out of my
shit.
house?
So Artie's getting worked for the first time ever.
Well, it's definitely not the first time he's been worked.
Yeah, I've never been rode hard and put away wet ever.
Wet. They're too good to you.
Damp.
Moist.
Moist.
See what happens when I don't say it? You fuckers do, and then you blame the fact that you said it on me. Fuck you people.
Don't threaten me with a good time, Artie.
Don't be sad, Artie. You'll be okay.
And don't make promises you can't keep, bud.
I love being everybody else's outlet for what they say.
Look, I'll take my hair down right now. I think I will. Anyways, I do, guys. It's been a blast. But 4 o'clock comes early.
Murph, you know how
much? You're a couple hours ahead of me, so yeah, it's getting late for you, buddy.
Yeah. Y'all take it easy and have a good one.
Love you, Murph.
Thanks for joining us,
Take care, buddy.
Love you. Love your hair.
Yeah.
Love you, buddy. Have a good night.
It's fabulous.
Thank y'all. Y'all have a wonderful night.
Yeah, you too.
Like that, don't you?
No, you're supposed to do the Super Saiyan thing, like.
That's it. Get mad at it.
Yeah,
later.
I love him.
He's awesome.
He's so fucking funny. Jesus God. Yeah,
he's now also, I think, Duke and Evans are neck and neck for being in my after parties now.
Like most obnoxious?
No, just being in them.
Oh, appearances.
And Terry's coming up with a close third there almost nowadays.
Well, Terry really represents the blue balls in all of us, I think. Thought that was a better joke than that. You guys.
It wasn't. No, it didn't work.
No, you're a bastard. Fuck you, dude.
No, it just didn't work, dude. Don't be mad. Don't hate the player. Don't hate the player. Hate the game, dude.
No, you
don't hate the player.
You are the one hating the fucking game. I'm the one hating the fucking player. I said, fuck you, Duke. You said it wasn't funny. I'm not sure how you understand how this game gets played.
It's not my fault your system shit didn't work.
It's not my fault your sister is shorter than me.
What?
I have no idea.
Actually, I had no idea what he said, and that just sounded funny based on the syllables he used.
Yeah, but it wasn't funny. Once again, though, you're like falling short tonight, dude. You're falling short.
I'm like falling short.
You're like the opposite of being on fire.
I'm like the sound of falling shorts.
You're like the sound of falling fucking shame.
Shane? Why is this got to be about Shane? Shane?
Oh, Christ Almighty!
I know. The one time I get to see you late, and I'm just drawing you to tears.
I know, right? We got to get together and make out someday.
I wasn't even talking to you. Talking to Neil.
What?
Neil,
What I miss?
Over there.
What?
What, you've never seen a squirrel eat a gumdrop?
No, I have not seen a squirrel eat a gumdrop.
Stick that. They've only got like,
just go through
every
video.
They've only got like 12 teeth, so gumdrops stick to all of their teeth.
I was saying,
it
seems more like a Bukake video, but okay.
Make a compilation of everything Artie's ever done in your after parties. Just get these things. 2-second clips and just mash them up into one 5-minute video.
I've actually thought about doing that.
Shit.
I've actually thought about doing that just from my existing catalog, the videos that I've actually published on YouTube. I've literally sat and thought, okay, if I took like 3 seconds there, and 2.5 seconds there, and
you got to get the hurling into the bucket one in there too.
Yeah, all ends of the bucket, because I built that joke was not as funny as the 3 minutes I spent building it up, but it was it was good. I am genuinely proud of the how convincing the actual puke noise was, because all I had done was put a little bit of water in the bottom of a bucket and then put my head into it and spit more water into that to make the splashing noise. And I had no idea how convincing that was going to be, but I was going to fucking roll with it. And then after I published it, it sounded so good. It's like, oh my God, it actually sounds like I'm puking right there. So proud of it. That's me in a nutshell. I've produced, probably 2.5 hours of content. And the best part of it is about 6 seconds of me throwing up into a bucket.
I'm not entirely sure who Robert's directing that statement at, but
what's the statement?
You can fuck me any day.
Oh, he's talking to me.
Oh, okay.
Take care, BB.
Oh, are you out of here?
I think so. He said something's come up. Yep.
Okay.
Me too. I've got to go again too.
Oh man.
I know it happens every time. Bad timing.
Well, there's always next time.
It's not an excuse. Just things happen. Well, it's daytime here, and I've got to do things.
That's true. Understand.
You don't have to.
Understand.
I have to. I've got to. Mrs. says so. I have to.
Oh, hell yeah. You don't want to be pissing off the missus.
No, I can't do that. If you may not be still here when I get back, but I'll check the link when I get back in case anyone's still here talking.
Well, but another 15 minutes.
It's great fun talking to both of you.
Okay. Bye.
See you later, Terry. And then there were 4.
And then there were 4. You know, it's funny because if you play, I think it's Skyrim. Yeah, Skyrim. There's a quest in Skyrim that's based on Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None.
Oh, 10 Little Indians?
Yeah, 10 Little Indians. Well, it's actually originally 10 Little N-Words was the original name of it. But, yeah, you go to this house in one of the provinces, and you're locked in, and you have to kill everybody while nobody else is watching to complete the quest. And it's based on that same idea. It's pretty cool.
It's just a stealth mission.
More or less.
Oh.
Yeah.
I know I did get into Assassin's Creed.
Next time you think about shitting on one of my stories, remember this conversation.
Shut up, Artie. Nobody likes you.
I like Artie.
Nope, it's not my fault that you. It's not my fault that you suck. Don't blame me. Blame the fucking game, dude.
Duke knows I love him. I know Duke loves me. If you don't know those things, you don't know the end of this haiku.
Artie's my. I know.
That was a haiku.
Artie's.
Actually, that. Hang on, I gotta write that down because I can turn that into a great fucking haiku. That'll be brilliant.
Yeah, Artie's amongst my favorites. We take the shit out of each other all the time.
Oh yeah, that's to be expected. Especially when we're live on YouTube.
Yeah, and Neil and I get along because we are identical twins.
That's right. Yeah.
Really? Because Neil,
my hair's a little longer.
Yeah.
Well, except Neil's really good looking.
Yeah, and I'm just kind of good looking, like a sibling would be. Fuck you, Duke. Don't think I'm not taking. Don't take my fucking. Fuck you. I don't think that highly of myself. You fucking fuck you.
Whoa. You've been told.
As I throw my pen upon the tab. Bleh.
Bleh. Bleh, bleh.
That's where this sound came from.
All right, I'll do the same thing then. There you go.
It's like that's same sound, except my tablet's literally made out of paper. It's a
Oh. All right, I see. Well, I've got one of those too. So.
Oh, Chris, yeah, that's what I'm talking about there. Then.
There we go.
Oh, too much air, not enough pop.
Yeah, well, it's because it wasn't laying flat on the ground. So
yeah, well. So yeah, so far what I've got written down is you don't know. So I'm gonna remember this joke.
What don't we know?
I'm blaming this on DR. I don't know what else to call him. I'm uncomfortable calling him anything else. I'd like to say PhD holding, but I don't think that's appropriate. Also,
okay.
It's a hyphenated word with a whole lot of syllables in it.
Okay.
I'm so tired.
It's safe to say that none of us know what you're talking about.
Do you now understand why I don't like movies about people who are socially when people give me space to ask questions, I ask really inappropriate questions. Not just inappropriate, but questions that people go, is that a question?
I can only imagine what it's like for your neighbours. I have no idea how big, like, where you are is, but I can only imagine they're listening into your conversations every now and again. It's like, what the fuck's this guy up to? They can't hear us. All they can hear is...
Luckily, nobody lives over there, and I'm 3 walls and about 2.5 meters from the house next door. I could fuck 3 goats to death in here.
You mean you haven't?
No, he has. He has.
How do you think I established that? Never mind. How do you know I know it can't be 4? Because the fourth one is a narc.
Oh. A narc.
That's why the limit is 3.
Please stop.
No, I was fucking with my coworker the other night. So I worked an overnight shift, and I sat down and I pulled her aside and I said, "Hey, listen, at 3:15 in the morning, I have to go out and sacrifice a goat to Satan. The goat's tied up in the back of my truck. Don't mind the blood when I come back in. Don't get freaked out. I'll clean it off with our wipes. It'll be fine." And she she had these plates for eyes. She was just like, "What? What?"
Yes. Whereas I would say, that's cool. I have extra boots in my trunk. How about you wear my shoes instead of yours because your feet are so small, and you should make it look like a man did it.
Oh. Oh, boo-boo. We better watch out because you'll go for my knees.
See, you took that as an insult and something about emasculation, whereas what I was trying to do was help you and help you get away by disguising the fact that you're a man with little feet that pulled this thing off and left his own footprint behind. Fine, get caught. I don't give a fuck. Do your thing. Go on.
Okay,
Go on.
Okay, homie.
Use your own boots, genius. That's a great idea.
Dude, Artie, I only ever do it in 4-inch heels.
God, man.
He means business when he puts on the 4-inch heels.
Yeah. Every woman in town with a size 13 and a 4-inch stiletto is going to get questioned.
How the fuck do we go from Thomas the Tanker to molesting goats at Artie's house? How do we do that?
Wait, I thought we were talking about shoes. I thought we gave up the goats. Are we still talking? Are we still on the goats?
I don't know.
I feel like you're still on the goats, and that's weirding me out. And suddenly we're at my house just because there's room.
So, you guys, well, Duke knows already, but you guys know I'm going to be trying to get to Faithless Forum this year, right?
I had heard that.
Yeah.
I had heard that about you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on my birthday.
Is it?
Yeah, April 27th.
Yeah, that's the problem. Nice. Is my I would love to be there, but my daughter will be here during that time period.
Yeah, I get it. You can't bring her with you.
I could, except that I couldn't take her to Faithless Forum because I have a pre-arrangement agreement in my divorce agreement that says I won't talk about religion with her.
Oh, I see. But atheism isn't a religion.
No, it's not. But if I took her to Faithless Forum, I could lose her.
Right, and I don't want that happening. So.
Yeah, no, it's a significant enough challenge that kind of provision is possible. Let alone that you should challenge it by tempting the notion of what somebody constitutes a religion. Although, in principle, it's a great idea.
Well, the provision in and of itself states that I cannot fucking make or talk about any religious changes with her without first talking with her mother.
Okay, but that comes down to how that's worded. And see, there are reasons that people say, you know what, brain sample, you should still go to law school even though you're old.
You're old.
Because what I'm looking at is how you're using how you have phrased in this contract influence or say, or if you don't say anything about what's being said in front of you while you're attending an event or thereafter, or she can't demonstrate that you have said anything to them about anything after it that wasn't directly a response to a definition of a word or something like that. See, I would love to have that argument in front of a judge. Yeah.
Well, the problem is, though, Artie, is I can't afford $4,000 for an attorney.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about one of Steve's possible worlds.
Why is Steve a part of this conversation?
Because he thinks possible worlds are real. I think that's kind of fun.
Yeah. It's funny because I used to always be on Steve's side, and now I'm not on Steve's side, but I'm annoyed with him.
I'm still there, and he has me blocked and has said some incredibly insulting things to me.
Like, he's gotten kind of ridiculous at this point.
Okay, Neil. You are a guy. We have had this conversation with each other. Why I think you are the kind of person that makes me feel better about myself. We've had that conversation. Steve McCray.
Neil makes everybody think better about themselves. He's a fucking saint.
No, the fact that he has admitted to me that he has genuine affection for me, it matters to me in the sense that there are things in my personality that I lack that I fully recognize in this man and appreciate. And among them are the ability to discern when my opinion is the thing I won't let go of, or the truth is the thing that I won't let go of. And Neil is the kind of person that I would count upon to tell me where that distinction lies. And Steve, in the same night, called me. Let's see if I can do this in order. Stupid, dishonest, and the coup de grace, immoral.
Why?
Called me all three of those things.
Why?
Not as the way he phrased them wasn't. He didn't say them as an insult. He said them as a statement of fact.
Well, that's still an insult.
Oh, yeah, no,
I agree.
It's not the reason I made the distinction. I wanted it to be known that he didn't just call me a stupid boop.
Well, you're not stupid. You're not dishonest, and you're definitely not immoral, in my opinion.
Yeah. It was a really weird thing to hear those things or read those things from somebody that I had been trying to retain any measure of respect for. But
why did it come to pass? Like, what was the connotation of the conversation?
The fact that it escapes me is suggestive enough. He had called somebody that I was friends with who was asking him questions stupid, and I had said that he was being a smug asshole by demanding that he was correct and that my friend was stupid because he'd actually called him stupid. That was the point at which I jumped in. I was like, well, I've seen this pattern before. And my friend, not the brightest guy in the world, but sincere guy, a guy that I know to be a good person who, and I wasn't going to jump in to defend him or try to make his point because, again, not the smartest friend I have, but he's an honest guy and, he's a good person. And then he started shit on him. I was like, well, I can't sit by and watch that fucking happen. So I was done watching him shit on him. And that was the point at which Steve had decided that he had it with anybody that would dare to continue to tell him that he was being a smug asshole while trying to, in his own words, educate someone.
Yeah, no, he's definitely a smug asshole. I mean, that's the downside of it is that
was also the point. I hate the fact that Murph isn't here to address it, but that was the point at which Murph was like, you know what? It's kind of made a point here.
No, Murph handed him his ass to him. He just didn't notice it. When Murph handed Steve his ass to him, but in accordance to what I saw, where in that shit that Murph posted in the Usual Suspects, Murph handed his ass to him.
Yeah.
It was bad. But he doesn't see it. And it's a bit of a shame. It's kind of like...
Kind of my whole fucking point is that he talks about himself as being an educator, which is why I referred to him as professor, which he took great umbrage to, but was happy to point out that I had mentioned it. He's a raging egotist at this point. He is a good person, I believe, at heart. And I think he has good intentions about himself, but he is also well swollen in the pride of a man who is seeing an awful lot of attention from people who are giving him admiration.
Yes.
Yeah.
It can happen.
I agree.
It happens to many people.
I hope I never end up like that. As the man has called me 3 things that no ex of mine has ever called me. I don't think he's that bad of a fucking guy.
No, I like Steve. I do like Steve.
Asshole, and he can't admit that about himself in front of anyone.
I mean, I like Steve. I don't think he's a bad guy, but nevertheless,
I definitely don't think he's a great guy because he thinks I'm immoral for wasting his time when he could have been educating other people. Those were his those were his goddamn words. Seriously, he was so stuck on himself that he said that I was wasting the time of other students.
Right. So I don't think he's a bad guy. I just think he's arrogant.
I think it's a little beyond air. I'm arrogant. He's.
I don't think you're arrogant, Artie. Where the hell do you get that from?
Yeah, I don't understand that statement.
I am. Well, I am fully confident in myself.
That's different. Confidence is different than arrogance.
Right. Well,
arrogance is confidence. It's not just.
I also wouldn't disagree with somebody who said I was smug, even though I don't think I am.
No, but I think we can all be smug once in a while. Right?
Yeah. No, I wouldn't.
It's not a regular character.
I would confuse being smug with being an asshole, but by the same time, smug asshole is also a thing.
yeah. I mean, you could be smug and not be a douche about it.
Right.
Obviously.
I think that's true.
And on that note, guys, I'm going to end the stream. So, because I gotta head out of here and get some food because it's now a little after 7, and I've only got a couple hours left where I'll be conscious to eat anything. So that's what I'm doing.
You know, so long as it's all about you, Neil. You know.
Well, hey, I'm hungry. So yeah, it's all about me. It's all about my stomach.
Treat it like
my belly. You get in my belly,
baby.
Give me some baby back ribs. All right.
I was talking to
actually,
I couldn't get over the moly.
Oh, moly. Too bad Mo wasn't in here.
I love that. Anyway, good night.
All right, guys. Thanks everyone for tuning in. All the none of you that are watching now. And as I say always at the end of these things, first of all, thanks again, David, for doing the show with me tonight and for making it through the hangout without passing out like Badger does all the time.
Yeah.
And thank you, Duke and Artie, and of course Matt or Evans that was here earlier, and BBA and Terry and everyone that joined me tonight. It was a lot of fun. And until next time, guys, remember, it's called faith because it's not knowledge.